I do.
Yep.
Yep, recording. Getting
Everybody
waves.
got waves. You got
What?
the waves, man.
I don't know what waves is.
It's pretty sweet waves. It's the blue things that go.
Oh, yeah, gotcha. Then yes.
It fucked us over one time, and we're never gonna let it happen again. Okay, so Mark, is he even here?
No,
Mark's
he left.
gone.
Shit.
Oh.
Poor Mark.
Mark, if you're watching right now, we'll hit you up on commercial for snaps. Does that make sense?
Maybe we could just record this segment separately.
And just plug it in.
Then-
Well, what I'm saying is if he's going to come in on the show,
Yeah.
then we're going to have to...
John, you look like you just got like spatula out of bed and thrown into your headset. Seriously, you're 3/4 of the way of giving in and just falling asleep right now. I can see it all over your face.
I'm not actually tired, but
It's a lie.
It's just like, God damn it, I have to do this fucking podcast tonight. I could be watching Dancing with the Stars, God damn it.
yeah, because that's what I do.
I know.
He got his little crocheting
What-
out and he starts
What
watching
you do in
this.
real life and what I pretend that you do is way more interesting in my head, I'm sure.
He knits flannel underwear while watching Dancing with the Stars.
No, it's wool.
Hey, we got Mark back. All right. Mark, can you hear us?
Yep.
Okay. No matter what, all I want you to
Can
do
you
is...
hear me now?
It's bad. It's bad. But anyway, we're gonna have you start Audacity. We're gonna do snaps. That way, no matter what, no
Is it
matter
better?
what. That's a
Oh, yeah.
little better,
I got a
yeah.
full sentence there. Maybe.
Maybe he needs to shut his video off.
Yeah, that might help.
Yeah.
Mr. Roboto. Anyway,
Mark,
so
turn off your video. Go audio only. If you heard that.
he's just staring at you angrily.
That's so normal. I don't know if
He's just like, fuck
Crow,
you.
can't you turn off his video for him?
Probably.
Oh, he's gone.
Mr. Oh, yeah, he is gone.
I don't. It's telling me that I can present to everyone, profile, eject, or mute. So I'm gonna go with no.
Derek says that he's been taking it upon himself to prototype test the contraband cybernetics.
It's gonna be so good.
Shh, spoilers.
Okay, wait. Okay, we're gonna get this. We're gonna get this going. Mark, test 1, 2.
I hear nothing.
Yeah. Mark, we're gonna hit you up at commercial. So, if you want to be the Zach Matthews of the episode and just come in and yell robotic noises, that's fine.
God, that was so awful to listen to.
Oh. The only thing you could make out is the screaming. Ah!
Like, it was kind of funny, and then when they they decided that he was going to talk. Okay, snaps. 3, 2, 1.
Gotta warn me. Wow.
That's what the 3, 2, 1 is for.
I'm typing and drinking a beer. I made it. We're okay.
John's done. He's out.
Oh, Jesus. He, ghosted right out of there. It was like a picture.
No, I know.
Gone.
He's like, I'm going to do this.
Weird. Weird.
There he is. Ooh, he's got a beer. All right, what you drinking, John? I seen you bring a can over.
No. Are you guys not reading the show notes? That's section C. Section 1, subsection C.
Oh.
Do you want me
fizz
to?
water?
Yeah, it's just pop.
Do I need to get something that's worthy of mentioning then?
No, not really. Well, if you want. Oh, by the way,
play the
Montana,
intro song?
you can. I just noticed you don't have like the little thingy on your headset.
Happy?
Oh,
I
that is
forgot to put it down.
way better. Sounded like you were in a garage or something.
Oh, we have twice the tippets.
We have 2 tippets.
It's like
good
double
Lord.
mint gum.
He cloned himself. You know, it's not fair that you have video and your profile picture up. Oh, well. It was worth a shot. Quiet Mark,
Two of the
we're going to
pictures,
start.
none of the voice.
Oh, I guess I should get the song ready.
Montana, you need to hack into Mark Tippett's computer and
I don't think I can. I can't do anything from here. He either needs to be closer to the router or wired connection or new internet company.
I'm going with
But
the
he's got the T-Mobile
T-Mobile Immobile. He does have T-Mobile Immobile.
Yeah. Unlimited data. Oh,
Can you guys hear me at all?
Yes,
we
a little
got
bit there.
that.
For 2 seconds.
Did you snap yet?
Yes, we snapped. We'll do snaps quick
Yeah.
again, real quick. So snap number 2. Ready, Chris?
Yeah, I'm good.
3, 2, 1. I wanted to hear a robotic snap from.
Sorry, trying to the router.
That ain't working.
Oh, well.
Oh well. All right. You good to go, Montana? Hey, is this easier? Whatever. I won't fuck it up.
Ready?
Ready. And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, go.
Woo.
Wally bully.
Bully, bully.
Wally bully.
Hannah gone, Hannah.
Watch it now. Watch it now.
Okay, so apparently you can't hear that.
Nope.
That's a problem.
And if you look up, dance with you.
At least I remember.
Ooh.
Oh.
Excuse me.
Hold on.
That was inappropriate.
Oh, shoot. Not what I meant to do.
I just want everyone to know that I am the prepared one.
Ha. Apparently, my settings changed from last week.
Well, you didn't change.
Did that happen? Oh, jeez. Man.
Oh,
Yeah, they still figured it out.
Echo. Hello. Is anybody out there? Aw.
There we go. Good morning, X-Wing! Hey, this is not a test. Welcome to the... Who wrote this? This is wrong!
Pretty sure it's not wrong.
This is not a test. Good morning. Hey, this is not a test. Welcome to the... Nope. There's no welcome in there. Good morning. Hey, this is not a test.
Welcome to OCX.
There's something else in there.
Time to rocket from the Delta Pilot to the 4BZ.
Hey, this is not a test. This is OCX radio. That's what it is. This is OCX. Gonna give it to you. All right.
Don't ask me. I don't listen to this crap.
Take number 2.
Mine.
What is that?
Good morning, X-Wing. Hey, this is not a test. This is OCX Radio. Time to rocket from the Delta Pilot to the 4BZ. Welcome to the OCX Radio Podcast, everyone, coming to you live from downtown Orange City, Iowa. My name is Aaron the Coach Crawl, and joining me today, 800 miles to my left, producer extraordinaire, John Montana.
Great to be back on the show.
Oh my God, that is amazing. Please tell me you can keep that God voice thing. Talk again, please.
I didn't do anything different.
Yes!
Yes.
You have to keep that. I don't care what setting, don't change it. That is amazing.
Oh, great voice in the sky. Tell me how Harpoon works.
Oh, Jesus, that's awesome. Oh, man.
Can you tell us what the entire spoiler of the TIE Silencer is going to be before it's released?
Please, X-Wing Lord.
Oh my gosh.
Lord Montana.
What I sound like.
I don't think he even knows.
He doesn't know. He has no idea. Oh my God, you sound like you're talking into a glass bottle. Oh my goodness. Also joining us today. Oh God.
Who the heck is our back?
Worst start ever. Oh. Who's got their YouTube channel not muted? It can't be the almighty Lord John Montana.
Well, we would all sound like God in the background coming out of his speaker.
Partake us of your wisdom, dear X-Wing, floating man in the sky.
You just see this bearded man in a flannel cloak come
Swimming down. So, take 3. Screw it. I'm going through it.
Hold on, we can't hear him
Mark
now.
froze perfect.
Can't hear you,
my
Montana.
Oh no!
Oh,
We lost
Jesus.
We
We're
can't lose the
experiencing
producer.
some major technical difficulties here.
Oh, why don't I have a? I gotta get a card that's just like.
Oh,
It's just got like John's face
Oh.
with clouds and like baby cherubs flying around.
Holding him up by his beard as he's
Yes. And he's like reaching out. Like his
Oh, is that
finger
better?
and like Ryan Farmer's finger are touching.
there you go.
He's gonna impart his wisdom.
The best was we were about ready to say the intro, and then all of a sudden Mark started to sound like a seagull from Finding Nemo. Mine.
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 Robert in the
Mine.
chat's like, maybe we should all just come back later. No, Robert.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
How do I sound?
I want you to go back to the way you used to sound, but I don't
We'd
know
never
if
get
you
to
know
a
how that
podcast.
happened.
You guys would just giggle the whole hour.
Oh, I know,
It's true.
I know.
Sounds like last week.
So, beauty of editing. Also with us today, back again, Chris Chico Brown.
Hello, everyone.
What up? And I want to say, kind of joining with us today, Mr. Ribato Bark. Tippett. At least he froze with the gang sign up. That was cool. I appreciate that. Well, I'll take his place. Well, hi, guys. Yep, it's me, Mark, again. I'm back again. You guys couldn't get enough of me. Ho, 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 ho. How was that, Mark?
Mine.
Oh, jeez, I don't know if I can go on tonight. That's just too fucking funny.
Oh.
Oh, man. Okay, Mark, you're done. We'll come back to a commercial break. Oh man, bringing up the rear of this freaking godforsaken show. Kyle, the Sloot Stews.
Oh, I have to wipe the freaking tears away from my eyes from all the laughter, and we hadn't even started the show yet. Oh my god. Oh, I know what kind of a night this is going to be.
Woo, this could be a good time, baby.
Try to talk.
There he is. There he is.
I was just saying like that.
Are you channeling your inner the Zach Matthews Carolina Crates podcast? Because that's what it sounds like.
Except we have no translator.
I know. Damn it. Where's your son when we need him?
I don't know how Chris Allen did that. It's like no one else understood what the hell he was
No
saying.
one understood what he was saying. Well, welcome to the OCX Radio podcast, everyone. How are you doing tonight? Oh, boy. Well, guys, it's episode 25. We're a quarter of almost being retired done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 100 episodes, and we almost got to just pack it up, right?
That's it. We got it to 25.
We've told you guys all that we can tell. Oh,
We're closing
boy.
in on 6 months then.
Yeah, just about. That's a lot more impressive than I thought it was going to be. I mean, I thought after like 3 episodes we're going to go. Nope. 3 listeners. That's it. And one of them's my mom. Well, I'm going to start something new with the show just because to help me. First of all, I have to apologize for last episode. Holy shit. That was bad. That will not be happening again.
Uh-huh.
So
That's what you
we're
said
gonna
last
go-
time.
I know.
I'm sorry, I'm an
Oh,
enabler.
There was like, yeah, you were. Oh, dude, that's it. You are not Chico anymore. You are Chris, the Enabler Brown.
Sure.
It's going on the notes.
I thought I was Chewy. You drunkenly declared me as Chewy.
Yeah, because
did?
you were rubbing your belly and making Chewbacca noises.
Oh, okay.
Trying to get his kick
Whatever.
off of YouTube.
I remember that.
I guess he can keep his initials. Chewy Brown. It sounds like a whatever.
Oh,
So I'm gonna go around the horn. What are you guys drinking tonight? This is to prevent me from showing this, and instead showing this. Let's start out with Mark. Mark's got the JD going. Jack Daniels, number 7.
I killed my Jack Daniels last episode. It's all gone.
and the
killed
fireball.
No.
We
The fireball's still sitting here. There's a little bit left. We'll try to down some of that, and then I got a Sam Adams sampler pack. So we're rocking Tropic of Yuzu. It's supposed to be exotic and juicy.
Made in Boston, Massachusetts.
Right.
So exotic and juicy.
It's not fantastic, but it's beer.
Oh man, Kyle,
Yo.
what do you got? What do you got for us tonight?
Well, I tell you what, since I
Are you-
kind of wanted to keep my dad bod, I had to go with the diet of champagne beers. I'm drinking
Nothing like the
High Life
Miller.
Light.
You know, no, you can't have Miller High Life Light.
It's right there.
That's like no, but it's gross. Like at least just get a full-fledged Miller High Life and be a man about it.
It was on sale. I bought one for $13 and got the other one for $7. And I got 60 beers for $20.
Oh my God, you're so Dutch. Jesus.
You could have just gone with Keystone and gotten 30 for $10.
Exactly.
But I'm sick of drinking Keystone. That's all I've been drinking.
I swear, if we ever start a Patreon, it's going to go towards getting you like the next level. Like we're just going to go up to like Miller Lite. That's all. We're going to give you like $1.50. We're going to give you $1.50, and you can go instead of buying Miller High Life, you can go buy Miller Lite.
The real thing.
John, what are you rocking tonight?
Soda.
So if I turn my camera off, can you hear me better?
Oh
is
yeah,
better.
that was a long
Wow.
sentence, and I heard it all.
That was coherence. Is that the word? Coherent. There we go. Well,
Yep.
there you go.
I hear YouTube in the background.
I'm betting it's Mark. Just a hunch.
Just- Vegas doesn't lie, Mark. Vegas doesn't lie.
You got to do it in your God voice, John. Mark.
Mark.
Your YouTube.
Well, Mark or John, what did you say you were drinking
Pop.
before? Pop?
Yep.
Man.
So if I turn my camera off, you hear me better.
Yes. Way
Yes.
Then you want to talk to me, I'll turn my camera off.
better. How about you just turn your camera off the whole time? We don't need to look at you.
Okay.
Aw.
You got your very like stoic pose of you thinking where you're gonna where your next maneuver for your fourth Y-wing is gonna go.
Yeah.
No, that's
Actually, same day I met Chris Chico Brown. That was the first CAC, and they had a guy taking pictures who did a wonderful job. And that was my first match, and I was flying daggers, X-Wing, Red Squadron, and 2 Dagger Squadrons, and I made it to the top table then.
Oh, look at you go.
Made it to the top table with forgetting advanced sensors all day long.
You had to bring that up, didn't you? Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that so much.
I
just
sat
like-
down across from him, and he goes, "Now I'm an old man, so you're going to have to remind me of advanced sensors the whole game." And boy, did I forget to remind him.
And
Sorry, Mark.
don't lie,
Good times. Good times.
they were.
Trying to break in my new hat. That's just not going right. I am drinking brand new, not even in all the stores, the Budweiser 1933 Repeal Reserve Amber Lager, 6.1% alcohol. And it tastes fantastic.
And he said it's thick, so he's not going to be chugging it.
It's nice and thick. And I love the bottles. They're like the little red stripe bottles. They're nice and short and squatty, and I like them. It's good. Okay. That was probably a waste of time. We probably don't need to do that again. Probably not going to do that. We'll just do my best John Stewart and just start crossing things out. One thing before we get into the meat of the show, woohoo, is I do want to remind everyone, talking to you podcasters, that we do have an X-Wing Podcast Central Facebook page. So instead of posting your X-Wing podcast little blurbs on everyone's Facebook page, we're going to try to centralize it. We're going to get creative and streamline this baby. I do also want to say that Asa Graff from Back to Dials is working on a website. I'm not going to say what the website is because it's not done, and he doesn't want you to see it until it's done. So if you know what it is, don't go to it. Wait. But big shout out to Aceograph. He's working his butt off for this, so it's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be kind of like an X-Wing podcast hub where everyone can just go there and find out all the good news, and everyone can do stuff to their own page. So X-Wing Podcast Central Facebook page, soon to come a website as well. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, John, ready to cue the music?
I lost that ability along with the God voice.
No. Oh, I guess Kyle and I are just going to have to sing it.
What's that?
Whatever.
I'm not. No.
1, 2, 3, 4. Watch it now. Wooly bully.
The Kimogila.
Wooly bully. Kimogila.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that would have been perfect.
It sounds like more like tequila when you say it like that. Kimogila.
Get the Pee Wee Herman dance going.
That's right.
Well, that's about the most musical talent you're going to get out of us. We are not going to be participating in the Sunter Aladdin contest, unless Chris, you want to. I don't know what kind of pipes you got on you, buddy, but
I'm actually a fairly decent singer, but I ain't jumping in on that one.
So what you're saying is that, like Worlds, we should have like a choir contest between the podcasts. We'll have barbershop quartet contests on who can sing.
Oh my Atlanta!
Me and Zach Matthews can do some Metallica.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Well, you could have
No.
have my wife.
Zach Matthews is in the enemy now. He's your
Someone
enemy.
needs to be hoisting someone up in there like Patrick Swayze did in Dirty Dancing.
Well, it ain't going to be Zach Matthews, I can tell you. Okay. Well, if you guys haven't noticed, hey, we got a new preview of a new ship coming out in wave 1213. That's what I'm calling it. Because who knows what it is. 1213. 12 XII XIII IV XL. Whatever. So today we're going to talk about the M12-L Kimogila, not the Kimogila, unless we want to start on that bandwagon too and just start calling it the Kimogila and piss everyone off. But John, this is where you take it away and explain to us what this wonderful model of a ship does.
The new big thing with this ship is its Bullseye firing arc, which we already knew about from previous articles we got out, but just to rehash this a little bit, the reference card reads, when attacking, if the defender is inside your Bullseye firing arc, the defender cannot spend focus or evade results to modify defense dice, or to spend evade tokens to add evade results. Just from looking at the cardboard there, it looks like it's about the width of a range ruler. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It is tiny. It's not an arc. It's a column, so it doesn't get any bigger as you go out to range 3. I'm not really sure how good this will actually be. I think if you're going to have any kind of a chance of making the Bullseye arc worth having, you need to be high pilot skill and have both barrel roll and boost as options for your actions.
Well, now I kind of think of it also is it's kind of like it's a mind game kind of a thing. Like you're maybe going to take one of those pilot skill aces that are higher than you, burn an extra action just not to be in that. I mean, it seems to me just like an added flavor kind of a thing where like, oh, you're in it. Okay, I'm really going to mess your day up now.
Yeah, at the same time, though, the chances of them landing in it is not that great because it's so small.
Well,
True,
especially
that's
if you're
why
going after some sort of high pilot skill arc dodging ace. But that was true for just about any arc when you have like Suntir Fel running around if you're a lower pilot skill.
Right.
The real benefit from this is going to be cranking up a higher pilot skill, or having a lower pilot skill that just doesn't really care. Like that needs to not be your prime directive for your list. If you're going out there and is like, I'm gonna land this this bullseye and I'm just gonna screw people over whole tournament. And like, no. It's like, just hope and pray it happens, a few times a game, and hooray, that's great. So some of the places where this is going to be really beneficial is you have some bigger threat in the front that they really have to worry about, and then you use him to like close off some side lane. It's like, well, you're going to attack me here, or you're going to land in this guy's bullseye firing arc. So that'll be helpful against lists that straight up want to joust. If you're going after big ships, big ships are going to have a hard as hell time getting out of this. Or if you can find something to just clog up an area and it's like, oh, everybody's bumping for a half hour. Enjoy this bullseye firing arc. So those are some other things that are really going to be beneficial for this.
Also, is this kind of like the Phantom 6, the nerf for the torpedo boats? I mean, granted, they're not torpedo boats anymore, but they were pilot skill 3. Catch one of these and they're pretty much, they have no focus token. I mean, they never had an evade token, but of course you couldn't took Deadeye anyway. But I'm just wondering, this is going to really hurt big ships. You're not going to see contracted scouts. I mean, your bump master's not going to like to see this.
Right, that's definitely true. And if you're, and also with the title, it's going to be a little bit extra there to give the scum some stress mechanics, but just being able to shut down some of those tokens. Of course you want to do it on some of those aces that are just token stacking like crazy, but then again, getting them in that bullseye arc is going to be hella difficult. But
it is, but again, I think it's just like one little added. I don't think you're supposed to build your list around the bullseye arc. Now, granted, there's a lot of pilot abilities and titles and stuff that want you to make it the bullseye, but for me, I think it's just a little added bonus if you do happen to get that in there.
Yep, I agree.
You mentioned the title, John. What does that title say, or what is it?
I don't see it in the notes.
It's on the bottom.
It's called the Enforcer.
The Enforcer. I have to click on it.
But Kyle left out what it actually does.
No, you click on it.
So the Enforcer title reads...
Hold on, wait.
After defending, if the attacker is inside your bullseye firing arc, it receives 1 stress token. And this is why we don't print show notes.
I have enough going on my computer as it is.
So it's kind of interesting. It gives you a little bit of a control element. You catch them in there once, maybe you can deny some actions, keep them from barrel rolling around, and maybe catch them again.
Well, then again, the person has to be convinced to fire at you. I think this is going to be bigger as a deterrent. Saying, hey, you can fire at me, but you're going to hate it. So you're going to put this on a ship that you almost like want to have bigs nearby, but you can't because this is scum. So it's like, okay, I'm high pilot skill, so I know this guy that's got a target lock on me, and he's about to screw up my day. I'm gonna reposition myself so I got my bullseye arc on him. Have fun firing at me, but you're gonna get a stress.
Yeah. Kyle.
Yo.
It's kind of your new baby.
Oh
Chime
yeah.
in.
I told the guys earlier that I haven't been this excited for a ship to come out since the Houndstooth, mainly because I don't know. I'm just kind of one of those guys that likes a big ship that's going to fly up and punch you in the face. And if I can say that this ship doesn't feel like a little YV666, I'd say it does. So I don't know.
I can see that.
Except
I like
instead of a massive arc, it's an incredibly tiny arc.
Yeah, and then another thing that made it fun for me to play the YV666, it was slow and clunky. It took a while to figure out how to actually make it work in your list. to get it to live long enough to get more than 2 rounds in without getting blown up. I don't know. It just seems like it's a ship that's going to take some skill to make work, and I'm just the guy that's got the patience to make that happen. So
I was excited for the ship until they mentioned in the article that it has 1 and 2 hard turns that are red.
Oh,
Yep.
did it say that? Ugh.
Yeah, that kind of ruined it for me.
That sucks.
Yeah, so I guess I have to sort of assume that it's got 3 turns that are white at least, that you could probably turn green with the unhinged.
With the unhinged astromech.
I don't think
But
they're going to
I
make
don't
that
know.
mistake ever again.
Oh, I don't know.
This is enough like a Y-wing. I think it might happen.
Yeah, I don't think it's too far out of the realm to be able to have those hard 3 turns green. I mean, if your other 2 hard turns are red, that really sucks. For a small base ship, I can see
don't know.
that. Now, are you going to want to take the astromech instead of, I don't know, any of the other pretty good astromechs out there?
Well, it kind of sounds like it's the only choice right now. If the dial is that bad, you're probably going to have to augment it in order for this thing to be competitive.
That's true. That's true. We do have the Cartel Brute, and I find it funny that it does come in at 22 points, which is the exact same price as the Blue Squadron B-Wing. So, are they trying to? Like in the chat, they got the G1A. Are they trying to like kind of remake this back into the B-Wing for Scum?
Well, one of the things that I like about it versus the G1A, I mean, the price point for I don't remember what it is, the Freelancer or whatever it was. This is cheaper, and it already comes with the barrel roll on the action bar, but it doesn't have 4 shields and 4 hull. It has 2 shields and 6 hull.
Right.
So I think that's why they're giving you the barrel roll and then, keeping it the same point cost. But the problem there is I would rather have a ship for the base cost instead of the Brute. I'd rather have a B-Wing with 5 shields and 3 hull, just so it's not so susceptible to critical hits with that 1 agility.
Yeah, I kind of think the B-Wing has a better upgrade bar too.
With the sensor slot.
It's got the sensor slot. Of course it does.
Exactly. And so it's the exact same cost, like how many waves later? 10, depending on how you count.
Do you get an extra PS point on the Cartel Brute, or
Nope.
2.
It's basically the same, huh?
Mm-hmm.
This is just plain old wrong. This should be at least 21, if not 20. 20 might be, 5 of them might be a problem, but I can't see.
I wonder
that
if
being a
they're
problem.
adding in points just because of the Bullseye arc.
That could be.
I guess. And maybe when
Well-
we play it, it's easier to get stuff in the arc than I'm feeling like.
Yeah, until we have it, because we can't. I mean, we can, I guess, draw lines on a base and try to play with it, but
It'll probably be on Vassal soon.
Oh, not if they don't have a dial.
Oh, I can't wait to
Yeah,
figure
that's
out
true.
how they're going to do that on Vassal. Measure the bullseye firing arc. Yay. Oh, wait, it'll just shoot it forward, won't it?
It's
and one more
pretty
thing.
easy.
It's Vassal, it's just automatic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Vassal is like way easier than real life, especially now. They've done so much to that program. It's incredible.
So I want to ask a question. Why would we get the gunboat and have everything spoiled, and then get the Kimogila and get 3 cards out of it? I mean, what? There's the dial, the astromech, the scrambling whatever missiles. There's like 4 cards that aren't even spoiled in this preview.
What's the other ship that's supposed to come out with this? The Cethipede or whatever?
Yeah, the Phantom 2.
The ugly beetle.
The ugly beetle. But I don't. Are there any overlapping cards in that preview?
That's what
as
I was
well?
wondering too. It could have. The only thing that they did, well, there's the unique droid that they didn't spoil, and then there's what you just said.
There's a missile. There's a scrambler missile or something like that.
Yeah.
But the Cethipede can't take a missile or a torpedo, and it can't take the fucking trash mech.
Now, who knows?
The goddamn Carolina Crate astromech, the wrecked. So there again, I don't understand why they wouldn't do that. It doesn't make any sense. The reload action on it might be where your extra points coming in as well.
That's exactly what I was just going to say. I mentioned it in one of the earlier episodes where I don't think it was probably a good idea for them to factor in points for the ship's cost if the reload action was something they were considering. Because with the dial like it's supposed to have, you're just going to get gunned down if you even think about reloading.
Yeah.
And I don't like the idea of, putting a 4-point missile on it and then putting engine upgrade on it and having 8 points stuck into a ship that's only got 1 agility and 8 hard points. I don't know. I just don't think the reload action on this ship specifically is going to be worth a damn. But correct me if I'm wrong.
Who knows? Like I said, I guess this could be the Scum 4BZ, but that's been not a thing forever.
But those B-Wings didn't have Bullseye firing arcs.
True.
Yeah, but they're pilot skilled too. It's not going to be good.
It's not going to be good.
No way.
So we got another guy, Dallin Oberos.
Is that right?
That's what it says.
It's Dallin Oberos. He got promoted and he's got a higher pilot skill than he does in the Star Viper.
I was going to say, wasn't he a Star Viper pilot?
Yeah, he's in the Star Viper. He's the guy that you can take a stress and then turn all your banks into sloops or whatever.
His ability here I really like.
Yeah, this one's way better.
It's at the start of the combat phase. You may acquire a target lock on an enemy ship inside your Bullseye firing arc at range 1 to 3.
Well, now you're sitting there talking about how god awful hard it's going to be to land a ship in your Bullseye firing arc, but suddenly this ability is awesome because it still relies on the Bullseye firing arc.
Yeah,
I feel like that's just going to be fucking hard, especially sitting at pilot skill 7. I mean, unless you just automatically throw veteran instincts on them, and then you're dealing with a bid from whoever's running Soontir or whatever. So
yeah, you're gonna need to VI him.
Yeah, I think both of these high-level pilots VI is stapled to them, and then maybe you have a bid. I don't know. It depends on how things go. I guess we'll probably see Soontir and Whisper here, maybe.
Is that where Scum's got to go these days? They have to have a bid.
It seems like it with some of the events I've heard lately, where people are just running Thweek simply for the pilot skill, and you have to do a bid because people who are running high pilot skill usually have a bid. So if you're wanting Thweek to be that high pilot skill and move last, you have to. I mean, at least for that list.
Hashtag Thweek is life.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get to him later.
Okay, well, I'll deal with that then.
One of the things with Dallin Oberos that I immediately got excited about, and I know I just said putting a 4-point missile on him would be, a little much, but I think that if you were to put like veteran instincts on it, that way, you could barrel roll to make sure that you're getting the target in there at pilot skill 9 and your Bullseye firing arc for action efficiency and get that target lock. You could go something like R4B11, harpoon missiles, guidance chips, and inertial dampeners for 34 points. I think that would be pretty fun. You get to fire off the harpoon missile, you get to keep your target lock, and then you get a guidance chip 1 into a critical hit, and then they don't get to spend any of their focus or evade tokens to add results. And then if they roll any natural evades, you can spend the target lock with R4B11 and make them re-roll it and hit them that much harder.
I'm betting
it's Patrick. Oh.
I'm betting you're going to want to use that.
No, not Patrick. This is just Patrick and his fuzzy coat.
What was that, Montana?
I'm betting most of the time you're going to want to use that target lock on your own dice.
Well, I mean, it's either or. You don't have to spend it. So.
Well, and what you're hoping for is to be firing off harpoon with. I mean, the dream would be to fly up. You have somebody in your bullseye firing arc, so you take a focus.
Yep.
And at the beginning of combat, you get that target lock, and rolling 4 dice with probably guidance chips. There's a decent chance that you're hoping you only have 1 blank, and then you can focus chips it up to all hits, and then just since they're in your bullseye firing arc, they're not modifying anything anyways with their standard tokens, and you're just gonna wreck their face. It's like, oh, you rolled some paint. How about you go and redo
that? See, Chris Chico Brown knows what I'm talking about. Doesn't that just sound like it's like, yeah, you regretted letting me get you in my bullseye firing arc, don't you?
Yeah, if you can manage it. The part where I'm worried is can you manage to land that effectively in enough games to make it worthwhile in a long-term tournament?
I'm just loving the fact that if I ever run the ship, which I won't because it's scum, but across the table, the guy's like, fuck, I'm going to land right in the middle of that goddamn little tiny freaking arc that's not even an inch wide. And I'm going to get boned.
Yep.
But that's about it. I mean, it doesn't have enough shields. I mean, the hull is... I mean, that's just itching for Kylo Ren. Or anything.
Kylo Ren screws over anybody with more than 0 hull.
But I mean, when you're going everything these days is I mean, you're gonna take a crit, and you're gonna take a crit almost every time. 6 hull sucks. And I don't think you have enough dial movement that you're gonna be able to get out of it. So you're gonna hit hard once, but then you're just gonna be like, okay, well, you didn't kill me. Good luck.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to really judge on the dial quite yet. I mean, you don't have the hard 2 or the hard 1 green. I mean, they're going to be red. That's not miserably awful, but just looking at the model, the aesthetic value of the model, look at the ass end of that thing. That engine is fucking huge. So, I'm expecting big things from the 3s and 4s. It's this thing should come with new templates for 4 banks with that big of an engine.
Well, was the 3 hard white the exposed dial on the preview?
4K.
So it does have a 4K.
My theory is that
the Defender where it has the red hard turns and then the white K. Yeah. Anyway. Go ahead, Kyle.
My theory is the 2 straight all the way up to the 4 straight. It's going to be green, and then it's going to have a 5 red forward, and then the 3 banks are going to be green. Because, like Chris was saying, that engine just looks like it's meant to go forward and not turn. That's why I don't think it's going to have a 3 hard.
Let's just throw it out there. 5 straight green. Why not? Like Chris said, it's got fucking massive engines on the ass end. It's just kicking the afterburners, baby. Let's cruise missile this bitch. Ooh, that would hurt. Cruise missile into Bullseye. Ooh.
I'm kind of expecting the cruise this to be built for cruise missiles.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
Yeah, man.
Let's move over to the last pilot, I think. I mean, I'm sure there's other ones, but Torani Kulda. Sure.
This guy's awesome, too.
After you perform an attack, each enemy ship inside your bullseye firing arc at range 1 to 3 must choose to suffer 1 damage or remove all of its focus and evade tokens.
Including the number 0.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
That's going to get FAQ'd. And that's not going to happen. Because that totally defeats his ability.
Yep.
That would make him completely pointless.
And there are a lot of other things in this game where it says all and they include 0.
I know.
It's been done a bajillion times.
but they will
It's gonna get
FAQ this one card.
Yep.
Because that's the dumbest thing in the world. Then.
Oh,
There's
Chris,
no
you
way
can't
that's
tell
what they
me
meant.
that the uncanceled crit result on TLT doesn't trigger Harpoon and then tell me that this, as it's worded, allows you, to remove 0 focus or evade tokens. Come on.
The one thing I do remember from
all
last
is
episode
0.
was that. The one thing I do remember from last episode was that conversation. Oh man!
Like there's precedence for all including 0 on many other things.
Yeah.
Oh, there is, and I think they're going to go back and rewrite it where it's not.
Well, they better change it before it comes out, because if this guy's dead because his pilot
All right,
broke,
come on. Like, you really think that's going to happen? We're looking at February or March for the next FAQ.
Depends on if
Sorry
somebody
about your
leaks
luck.
it or not.
I mean, it's not like this is the Sea Rock Blue Line.
Oh man.
We got an FAQ so fast for that.
They got to keep
How
those.
do we?
They got to keep those TOs on their feet, you know.
God.
so
Go ahead, give FFG the old Mark Tippett. Fuck you.
Oh, I feel it. I feel it. I felt it so much today because I was dealing with people all day who were just screaming about trying to figure out when a ship is actually destroyed. Like,
Oh my God.
Just please go away.
Please leave me alone.
so with this guy's ability, I think it's I like it. I like it a lot. Not that you're probably going to get it to proc with more than one ship inside your Bullseye firing arc, you know, to get more ships to remove their focus and evade tokens. I just like the ability that they're not able to spend them when you shoot at them, and then after you shoot at them, they're required to discard them. That's pretty good. I like it because you can VI this guy from 8 to 10, and he's going to be shooting
Dick move.
first, and then you might as well have taken a target lock if you know you ended up in, because there's no point in never having it.
Well, the nice thing is you can have a ship that's in your Bullseye firing arc, but fire at somebody else, and just to the fact that you fired, you get to do that to somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to have this guy at a high pilot skill, you know, even just to strip tokens. I mean, you've got like a mini Wes Jensen sitting there to make sure people don't have anything, and you don't even have to fire at the damn ship.
Right.
That's right.
You could have Hotshot Co-Pilot, not Hotshot Co-Pilot, but Hotshot Blaster, and fire at somebody behind you.
Ooh.
Sure.
I like that. I
Just
like
a
that.
random snapshot too. That might be fun.
So, that's one of the things, too, that I always think about that
Oh.
sounds really janky. You VI them up to 10, you have snapshot.
Wait, that's
It's not
cool.
compatible with VI.
I
So-
like that.
Why would you ever
they don't
want
have
a
any
high
tokens?
pilot skill with snapshot?
Well, you
That's
can
true.
anyway because they both take up the EPT slot.
Yeah, no.
That's right.
I'm thinking.
We're just gonna equip the
Hmm.
A-wing title on there while we're at it.
That's correct.
Oh, sounds
I
good to
kind of
me.
like that. Pilot skill
Yeah.
8 with snapshot,
Yep.
just to really
If
screw
we're-
over those.
Yeah, if we're gonna be in a meta with like aces just all over the place at pilot skill 8, 9, 10, then having somebody at 8 with snapshot isn't god awful. And then your snapshot, if you land them with that Bullseye firing arc, they don't get to have any. They don't get to spend any of the tokens that they don't have yet because they
Right.
haven't spent their actions.
So
Yeah.
So
they
they
would
take one
not have
damage.
any tokens to discard, so they would have to suffer 1 damage in addition to your snapshot.
No, they'll just discard 0.
No.
Oh, God.
Read my lips. They're gonna say 0.
I'm just gonna hit his fucking chip off the board then.
Yep. Done. Just hammer fist it right
Just
there.
table flip that and be like, I lose.
Well, here's an interesting thing that I put together too with this guy, just because I thought it was hilarious that if you put snapshot on it, they have to take 1 damage. you could proc Captain Jostro with that snapshot for them having to take 1 damage, and they didn't defend because it was just a damage that they got dealt for not having a focus or evade token.
And then when they start screaming that oh wait, then I didn't mean to do that, you start screaming missed opportunity and roll your dice anyways.
Yep. But then you take Captain Jostro with Opportunist because they don't have any focus or evade tokens, and then he gets to roll an additional attack die at a ship that just got snapshotted.
Oh my god, you might have actually found a place for Opportunist.
Because you've already it's so good.
Are you submitting shit to our bad list submissions right now?
Oh, it just sounds so fun to have happen. It's just like you move a ship, you make the worst decision of your life, and then you just get fuck pummeled.
I could just feel Aaron Bonner going, yes, yes. Actually, that's Brant Seymour. Then Aaron Bonner will steal his list. Oh, that's funny. I like that. Pair him with Jostro, Opportunist. That's cute, Kyle. I like it. It's cute.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the one good card that I think everyone's going to be using out of this set. Contraband Cybernetics.
All right. When you become the active ship during the activation phase, you may discard this card and receive 1 stress token. If you do, until the end of the round, you may perform actions and red maneuvers even while you are stressed. I can't say that I'm really crazy about this card.
Really?
You take 2 stress if you're going to do a K-turn, which I guess I don't know why you wouldn't, because otherwise you could just do a non-red maneuver and do your action as normal. So the only time you're ever going to use it is when you want to do a red move and take actions, but then you end up double stressed. So I guess this is like, I'm going to die this turn. I might as well K-turn and get my actions to get one last shot before I go.
Yeah. I just, especially, okay, so on the, god damn it, what is that Talonbane ship? The Kirax? I mean, it's free with a Vaxi title.
Yeah, that's true.
They do have a 5K. And a cruise missile is 2 points with the title.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, as Chris wonderfully pointed out, that maybe not running 4 of these guys is the best idea. But 1 at 25 points is, I mean, you got to pay attention to that guy.
Yeah. I'd have to say that Coach and I talked about a little the very day that the preview was released about Contraband Cybernetics, and it's not really good for the Kimogila or whatever the hell it is. And
Kimogila.
The Kimogila. It works better on things like, I don't know, I think it works better on the YV666 than it does the Crossfighter, mainly because you can't put something on it like Inspired Recruit, and 1 stress on a Crossfighter is hard enough to deal with, let alone 2.
Yeah.
Because they don't have really that open of a green dial. That's not really easy to figure out where you're going and get around. Some people have been saying that it'd work good on the Star Viper, but much like the Crossfighter, it's kind of hard to deal with 2 stress on a Star Viper. They just don't have the greens on the dial to take care of 2 stress without, being out of combat for 3 to 4 turns.
Yeah, they absolutely need their actions, so losing actions for more than 1 round is going to be awful.
Correct.
I really like the idea of pulling a red stop with this and taking a target lock, because that bus always has a hard time staying back, just being a large base.
Mm-hmm.
Now, something to note on this card is that it doesn't say anything about you not having any stress. So I think the one thing that this card's really going to do is it's going to be almost like Adrenaline Rush was back in the day, where not a whole lot of people ran it, but when you did, you had that one moment of your opponent staring at the board state, going, "Okay, I know the situations he can deal with, and I know where I think he's going to go." And then all of a sudden he goes, "Hey, this card over on the side of the board that you've forgotten about the whole game, it's going to come out and just stab you in the throat because I'm stressed, but all of a sudden I'm going to do a K turn and have actions, and I'm about to wreck your face, and you never saw it coming." And that's where it's going to be super useful. And I used to run Adrenaline Rush. My first tournament list had 3 ships. All of them had Adrenaline Rush. And man, did they screw up some people. Like, it wasn't great, but man, did it screw up some people.
Now that I take a look at the card art again there, Coach, guess what ship's sitting in the background behind this guy? It's a Karaz fighter. No, it's a Karaz.
Hey, question. Is a space tug array a illicit or a modification?
Modification.
Ooh. Do the tugboats get an illicit?
Yes.
Yes.
So you could back up twice
reverse
and still tractor beam someone?
Yes.
Oh. Now that's fun.
I mean, the first time you wouldn't be able to tractor them, but the second time, I guess. Or the first time.
I mean, what I'm saying is, like, I could back up. Oh, pattern analyzer.
That's a lot of points.
I know, but
what's pattern analyzer doing for you?
It lets you take an action before you assign your stress.
So
you can back up, tractor beam, get your stress token, contraband cybernetics, back up again, tractor beam someone. I mean, you're stressed to the hilt, but who cares?
Sure.
It's a tugboat. It's going to mess up somebody.
He wants to go backwards a lot.
I want to go backwards. I don't know. It for like, how many points could that be? The lowest pilot skill 1.
Like 28.
Oh God, no, never mind.
No, the lowest pilot skill quad jumper.
Yeah,
is 17 points.
So pattern analyzer
with a space tug tractor array.
Okay.
So if we throw cybernetics on there, that's 18. You're wanting to put pattern analyzer, sure, you're up to 20.
That's it. That's all you need. Dude, I'm sorry. Tractor beam fucking tokens fucking suck, man. I ran against 4 tugboats the other day, and it sucked.
Especially if we're going to have more aces on the board now.
You're going to have aces on the board. I think that might be a nice little shining gem to bring them ugly goddamn things back into the line.
You're just pissed off about them from our tournament Sunday.
A little bit.
Now, if you think cybernetics is so incredibly good, is it worth you running
It's
Jabba the Hutt so you can have 2 of them?
Fuck it, why not? Fucking why not? Got to do something with those acrylic
This must be why they FAQ'd him. So because they knew this was coming and everyone would be using Java.
It's the one thing they saw coming. It's the one thing good that came out of playtesting. Like, holy, stop the phones. We got a fucking FAQ Java. Oh, Jesus. You could tractor beam these bitches right into your bullseye with snapshot.
That's sexy.
There you go, Kyle. Oh man. No, I think that's a good note, Chris, that it doesn't say you don't need to be stressed already. So it could be a really good get out of jail card.
Yeah, or if you're running one of those ships that just, banks stress tokens so much you're using a 20-sided die at that point, you could have this one just for that one moment of, ha, you thought I could never K-turn.
And take an action. Oh, no, you still... Now, does it say even though you are already stressed, you can still take an action, or is it just that turn?
Actions.
Oh.
Stressed.
Well, there you go. Hmm.
You can do red maneuvers and take actions while you are stressed. But if you take a red maneuver, you're double stressed.
So who else has a sensor slot for pattern analyzer and an illicit slot? Quiz time. Large base ship.
Has what?
Sensor slot and an illicit slot. The IG-88s. That would be good.
Nobody thinks of those ships anymore.
Dude, then you can sloop with your IG-88 and still do your action. You can sloop twice and still get your action.
And then die.
And then die.
Yes.
God damn it, Montana.
I like that you can put this on a ship with push the limit and burn this card, get a stress, do a K turn, get a stress, do an action, and then push the limit, get another stress, and have another action.
And then you die.
And screw it, might as well have experimental interface on there, so you can just fucking 4 stress and 5 stress.
Let's do every action on my 4 action bar. There you go. Oh my God, that should be like Minox's next fucking bounty or something like that. Once this comes out, do all 4 actions on your action bar.
And then be sad that you can't shoot because you reloaded.
Yeah.
That would be the best. There you go. That's the other day. You reload, and then if you live, you win the bounty. Oh shit, that's funny. Let's see. Let's cut commercial break. I think we've gone long enough. Let's take a little break.
Yeah, I need a refill.
And hopefully after our word from Vigaro, we will have a word or two from Mark Tippett. Take it away, Vigaro. Woohoo! Get another beer! Play it, John.
No can do.
Oh, you're not going to enable God voice?
Enable the God voice.
It's a lot of work going back and forth, actually. I need to find better software.
Dang it. Well, I'm going to pee.
Go pee. Dude, this list is totally going to work.
What is it?
I got Torani Kolda with Snapshot Enforcer, Unhinged Astromech Feedback Array, Down Oberos, Veteran Instincts, Harpoon Missile, R4B11, Guidance Chips.
I do not like that.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm just going to TLT it.
And then I have Captain Jostro with Guidance Chips, Pulse Ray Shield, Voskai Title, Opportunist, Harpoon Missile, and Glitter Stem.
I hope you take that to some big tournament, and I hope that you play Mark.
Oh, it's so dirty.
It's not good, though. It's not going to be good.
Just see a mass of gold wings coming across. Dropping threats at every opportunity.
I will play 6 rounds of Swiss just to get that off once, so I can take a picture of my opponent across the table crying as he takes my 5 attack die shot from Captain Jostro.
I was telling you about screwing people over with Adrenaline Rush. Shortest game in the history of X-Wing I've had. I had my Hawk did a 3 bank. Just blew my opponent's mind. He's like, there's no way he's going to do the 3 bank. And ended up like just outside of his wedge's arc, ioned him straight towards the edge of the board. And he had to dial in, his dial just to fly off the board. It's like, lol. It's like he bit hard just to kill my Hawk. Because it was the Focus Factory, charging up the rest of my list, and it just melted.
Oh,
And then, as if that wasn't an insult enough, he then did a hard 2, and my other 2 ships were busy, trashing the rest of his list. And then my Hawk at range 3 threw a rock without any modifiers with his primary weapon, rolled 1 hit, and then Luke Skywalker rolled quadruple blank and died.
yes.
Just the most insulting game I've ever had.
Oh, I had Guri with I was playing a 4 Z95 Headhunter and 2 Space Tug list. That's what John Style was running, and we'll get to this in a little bit. But I was running Guri, Captain Jostro, and 2 Z95 Headhunters with Deadman Switch, and just for fun. And my Guri was range 3 through a rock with auto thrusters against the Space Tug, right? I've got 3 hull left, and I'm like, well, it's time, but your Space Tug still's got a shot, so fire at Guri. So he fires, and he rolls 2 natural critical hits. Oh, it was so bad. So well, no, it wasn't range 3, it was range 2, because auto thrusters would have kicked in, but it didn't. So I had 4 agility, 5 agility, math. 4 agility dice because I was firing at a rock through a rock range 2. What do? Roll 4 blanks, take a direct hit and something else, and it kills Guri. So he gets more points off of me right before.
That's sad.
A Space Tug with no modifiers killing Guri through a rock. So. He got promoted. That Space Tug pilot.
Yeah.
Proton missiles. I'm reading
Patrick's
some
almost
back.
full.
Yeah.
Okay. So while we're on break, I got to say something to Patrick while he can't talk back to me. We were arguing about slow play, and he suggested, like so many others, like, why don't we just put a timer on dials? I'm not arguing against the timer on dials, even though I think it's a dumb idea. The problem is that there are so many other times in a game of X-Wing that you can slow play someone that the dials become irrelevant. It's like I can spend absolutely forever just by realizing, crap, I've got like 5 minutes to burn. I'm going to take all my ships and run them through each other, and then meticulously mark off all my ships and maneuver everybody just perfect, put them back exactly where they're supposed to, and then move on. And then, deciding who I'm going to shoot at. I'm going to meticulously, decide, which ship to point at. Like, there are so many other times other than dials that you can waste time that it seems like everybody focuses on the dials because that's the moment that everybody sees that I finished doing something and I'm waiting on you. It's like you took longer at something than I took. So I get that, but so I just had to throw that out there. Oh, so somebody asked about my jersey. I got it from geekjerseys.com. They do all sorts of geek jerseys. They don't do Star Wars nearly as much anymore. I think they got yelled at for the license, but it's got the trooper thing on there. And then I can't see the camera, so
Nice.
stuff on the back is TK421. I was surprised they put 3 numbers on the back of the jersey. I was excited about that. My awesome aunt bought me this. It's a very nice quality jersey. So if you're into like any sort of geeky stuff, go over to geekjerseys.com. I've got a Poe Dameron one. I've got this one. I've wanted to get a couple others, but I'm cheap and they're expensive. So, but they're really nice. I really like them. Is what legal?
Shuffling the damage deck every time you draw a card.
No. Shuffling damage decks only happens when stuff tells you to shuffle damage decks.
Like Kylo.
But you can sit there and like nothing defines how long you're allowed to shuffle. So there are so many things that you can just take absolutely forever. And you can accuse me of slow playing, but my last tournament I was at, I got down to the end of a game and like I was gonna win anyways, but like down towards the end of the rounds, I didn't play slow. I set my dials at a normal pace. I took my time thinking to make sure I didn't make any mistakes, and I made sure that every step we executed everything in every step because sorry, it was beneficial to me. We got down to the end of the round, and you bet your ass I'm going to remember to bank my focus token away with Ray, and spend my other focus token to flip over intensity on Poe. It's like I'm going to take my time to make sure that I execute every one of these triggers. I'm sorry that you really think you need one more round to kill my Outrider, but like, I'm not going to skip things just so that you get one more turn. Like, maybe you should have thought about it when, in the beginning of the game. So, oh well. Yeah, I did a huge rant on Gold Squadron after they had their episode discussing slow play, and they were all talking about just dials, and how do we fix dials? I did a huge rant of how I could probably burn off 20 minutes of a game before round one, just by when they throw pairings up, don't be one of those people that goes trouncing into the crowd to figure out what your pairing is. Wait for the crowd to kind of disperse, and then show up at the table with a box just of jumbled mess. And then, set up all your stuff and, and set it up all nice and fancy like. And, heaven forbid your opponent has a really nice painted ship, get into a conversation about painting. And, I got to make sure that all of my maneuver templates are set up because I don't have one of those fancy holders that makes it quick. And, I got to put all my ships together because I don't have all the pegs, put in, and all the ships. And
At what point does he just flip the table on you?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, and they're like, Dion said that he had somebody call slow play on him, round one because the person thought he was just taking too long getting set up and going. But it's like there's so much in this game that you could just go crazy slow with if you really wanted to abuse it. And that's where it comes down to, recognizing is like, oh, my opponent's list benefits from this, and they're doing it at a time that they think is going to benefit them. This is where I need to bring it to a judge's attention. And I've said things to my opponents, like even in situations where like I recognize that I suddenly want to be playing faster. Because it'll benefit me, and I'll tell my opponent is like, okay, like I just want to make sure that we keep a good pace on the game. Like, I'm not accusing you of slow play. I just want us to keep a good pace because it's going to come down close. And I try to say it in a way that's not going to throw off my opponent and then be like, oh God, I'm sorry, and tweak them out. Sometimes it does. I mean, Zach Matthews likes to tell the story where I really screwed him up by saying something. But our game was coming down super close, and I managed to win just before time was called. And
the first Gen Con I played at, a guy said, hey, watch your next opponent because he is real slow with his dials.
Oh,
and I thought,
okay.
I bring my dials down. And this guy held his dials until I had all mine put down. Okay, and I waited and I waited and I waited. He finally puts them down, play the turn. So the next turn, I set all my dials in my palm of my hand, and I stand there and I cross my arms. 10 minutes. He sat staring at the board. Are you ready? And he said, well, yet? And I said, I've been ready for 5 minutes. Well, where are your dials? They're right here in my hand. 5 more minutes.
Go get him, Mark. Yes! Channel that inner get off my playmat.
Was that Francois?
So, no, it wasn't. But I telling me, no, that guy's a good player. I said, no, he sucks.
All right, Mark. Well, I hope you have something to do for your get off my playmat.
Well, just a couple.
All right, cool. Well, we're gonna come in. So, 3, 2, 1. Thanks, Vigaro. Always glad to see you have our back. Whatever. I really gotta start coming up with better things. We gotta get a new commercial. That's what we gotta get. We gotta start. Chat and / community. Come up with a new idea for a commercial for OCX radio podcast. But on to our. This is going to be an on or off, depending on how old man Mark is feeling. We have a new segment. It's called "Get Off My Playmat, You Young Whippersnappers," with esteemed guest Mark Tippett. Mark, take it away.
It's good to see y'all. Hope you're okay. We figured out if I turn off my video. Ta-da. So, after listening to everybody's commentary about this and that, why are you all laughing? Is it breaking up horrible?
No, keep going. Just keep going.
Keep going. We're good. You have your own audio.
Cut.
Now you're just fucking with us. God damn it.
I'm starting to feel the pressure that no matter what tournament I show up at, I have Y-wings with 4 TLTs, because if I bring anything else, I'll be escorted out of the building.
You haven't upgraded to tie aggressors with TLT, and then you can have lightweight frame. You might actually roll 3 dice.
Can't teach old dogs new tricks.
Imperial ship.
I'm sure your son will tell you all about them.
I don't think so. I don't. Yes, I'll ask Tyler. The community is kind of swarmed in. Patrick has made commentary about my comments to Gold Squadron about the FAQ. That's right. It didn't affect me whatsoever.
Well, now wait a minute.
But that's okay.
Patrick said he was quitting the show, so we don't care what Patrick says.
Well, he's making comments.
I know, but he said he quit. I mean, I want to give you a heads up, Patrick. Way to not quit. Way to not be a quitter, but I was gonna say he can't quit. You're fired, but we don't make fun of our listeners like some other podcasts on this show.
When you were talking last week, I popped on for just a minute or two because I was on call and crappy. Hear your comment to me about my buddy Bob Swain. Bob Swain, he's part of the Grumpy Old Man crew, and I did hear Chris make commentary, and I didn't think we were really that. We were. But Bob and I have gone toe-to-toe twice. Bob's 0-2 against me, and if Bob learns not to park his pursuit craft on a rock 2 times in a row, then maybe he will be me something. Just saying. Bob's a great guy. I really enjoy sitting down at a table with him, even if I make Chris nervous. And during that particular game, if Chris didn't mention that the table to my left, another 50-year-old gentleman that got tailed by a 19-year-old, and his comment was, "Well, boys, I'm buying the first round. What's everybody drinking?"
The combination of the three of them at that event was louder than Zach Matthews could ever be. It was so ridiculous. It's so much fun to watch.
Zach Matthews is a pup.
I just can't wait till we're all old and like instead of like old men at the pool hall, we're like old men at the senior center just playing X-Wing. Like fuck your wave 27 bullshit. I'm going back to wave 13.
Not me. I still got wave 1, baby.
I know. Well, come on, you got TLTs on there.
Yeah, 7.
Okay, whatever. I don't have an SD-gram in my body this week. Everything is going well. I can't wait for the tournament season to start again. We're trying to get to Worlds this year, so I'm going to have to cut back on some of the other tournaments, but I really enjoy Hoth. I really enjoy the CAC, and of course Gen Con, but I'd really like to try to get up to Worlds this year.
You should
just so I can take a lot of pictures so I can have blackmail. Blackmail in my back pocket.
Your phone's gonna have a lot of blackmail on it. Oh man, I do want to kind of, just a little snippet there. Are we figuring that this is going to be the normal? I know we had like the never-ending season between 16 and 17. Is this what it's going to be? Is like there's just going to be just almost an agonizing lull between store championships and regionals? It's
not agonizing. It's fun.
You know, it was fun when it was like a month and a half to 2 months, but now it's going to be like we're not going to have our first regionals till January.
That's excellent.
Just go out to Philadelphia for the Open.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to make any of them anyway because I just found out we're working Saturdays until January. So there we go.
Ridiculous having Worlds in November, then turning around and having Worlds in May, and it was just not cost effective.
It was rough.
I could go. I choose not to. But when I do get these events, a big friendship time. I see crowd, of course. It's a big hug, but see over and over and over again, and you become really good friends, and that's the whole community that I enjoy the most.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm missing is going down and at least going to these events and seeing guys you won't see for a while. But anyway, that was excellent, Mark. Thank you for your get off my playmat angry rant.
I promise to be more angry next time.
Go out and play some young whippersnapper and then just
tool them.
Just trash talk them on the podcast. It'll be fun. On to everyone's favorite segment. We got a new list submission in this week from, I believe, is this Mike Doe? Asian Mike from Gen Con? I think so. Mike Doe. Mike Doe. I'm pretty sure it's Mike Doe. John, what kind of bullshit list is this?
We have a TIE Advanced prototype Sinar test pilot skill 1 guy with twin ion engine and nothing else. We have a TIE Bomber, a Scimitar Squadron pilot with guidance chips and nothing else. Then we have or does he have the TIE? I think there's a space in there that wasn't supposed to be. So guidance chips for fun. TIE shuttle title with Boshek and Bombardier for no bombs, and a Cutlass squadron pilot, a Punisher with extra munitions, bomblet generator, very useful, minefield mapper, and guidance chips. And to round it out, an Upsilon class shuttle Starkiller base pilot with accuracy corrector, guidance chips, saboteur, Moff Jajerod, and hyperwave comm scanner. So I think
Oh, Mike,
we went too far.
what did you do to us? You went too far.
Should there be a rule against having 100% useless cards in a list? Because Bombardier on a ship without any bombs? That's just...
Okay,
Yeah,
I am going to say the TIE shuttle with Boshek, I kind of find funny. That might fuck somebody's day up.
I think that was on a bomber, though.
It is.
Yeah.
What else would you put him on? Yes, Mike, you went way too far.
It's got to almost work.
Although I can't wait for Moff Jajerod to throw the saboteur out of the shuttle. And get out, you're useless.
Oh wait, I know what this list is. This is like a bullshit detail for the Empire. That's what this is. So you got a TIE shuttle, and they're carting around Boshek, and they got a Bombardier, but they already used all their bombs, so they don't have any fucking more bombs to throw out. Which it's a TIE bomber; it only has one anyway. It's got the TIE Punisher, the bomblet, but they're so bored that this is what they are. They're like Outer Rim shit. Like I'm just gonna go poop out this one bomb because that's where I was told to go fucking put it. This is the disgruntled fucking worker. That's what this is.
So did he give this list a name?
He didn't, but I'm calling it that.
What do they call that?
Disgruntled Squadron?
Yeah, Disgruntled Squadron.
This is like this is the Imperial Academy dropouts fucking all-star team.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh my god, I am totally painting one of my TIE Punishers up as the A-Team van. That's amazing. Mike, I'm gonna give you can't quite give you an E for effort on this one. I don't even know what to do with this.
I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 10.
2 out of 10. Wait, what's the pilot skills on all these?
1, 2, 2, 2.
Yeah, there's that hyperwave comm scanner coming.
And the Upsilon class, that's a 2, isn't it? No, that's a 3.
Is it 3? I thought it was 2.
Maybe it's 2.
I don't know.
You were so close, Mike. Now we got to give you like a 1.97 out of 10.
I do like what Chris brought up, though. I like the fact that Moff Jared's going to just launch the saboteur out the airlock. That's and then instead of taking 5 tack dice, you're just going to cancel out, most of them and add 2. That's great.
Accuracy corrector and guidance chips. Can you use guidance chips on the Epsilon class shuttle?
Yeah, it's a modification that doesn't have a requirement.
Oh, yeah, it's like that cute little thing that everyone does at tournaments. They're like, I don't have a modification. Guidance chips.
Yep.
Yep.
This is so bad, though.
And then when you see that they forgot to put it on their paper, you get them DQ'd.
This is pretty bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and all of the ships are pilot skill, too.
There you go,
Got the
Mike.
standard test pilot as well.
Congratulations. You got a straight up 2 rating out of 10.
Oh, nope, I was wrong.
The Russian judge gives a 1.2.
Way
to go, Robert. Wait a minute.
We need to have like this needs to be a contest. We need to like give somebody a shirt if they can actually win a game
with
in-
one of our lists.
Yeah, like a story.
Well, now, what are
with
they
this
flying
list.
against?
I don't know. Does it matter?
It doesn't
I don't
matter.
think
It
matters.
very much
I mean-
does matter.
The lists have been that bad.
Like, I feel like I could crush one naked hawk with this list.
Okay. It has to be a standard list. Okay.
Right, like a kid
Oh,
tournament
man.
or better.
Wait a minute. What pilot skill hawk and how is it loaded out? Because I bet you can't.
He said naked.
Oh,
And
naked.
we're going
Okay.
Pilot skill 1.
Naked rebel
Just
operative.
one naked PS2 Rebel Operative Hawk with an 84-point bid.
That's a hell of a
Yeah.
bid.
I think he might get to choose there with that Battle of the Tubes.
And you finally roll that one crit through on the Upsilon class shuttle, and he rolls nothing, and he fucking tosses the saboteur out, and fucking Moff Gerard puts his middle finger out the airlock. Fuck you! Oh man!
I like how we weigh the. We're figuring out that Chris has a different way of measuring on a scale. Like we go 1 through 10, and he goes, "How many naked hawks can it beat?" Because last week's outer rim job could beat 5 naked hawks.
Should that be our scale? Like you get the Pinocchios, or you get like our scale is naked hawks.
Like, Jesus, I think that could take down 23 naked hawks.
Oh, that's genius. Okay, from now on, the OCX radio stat line is how many naked hawks could this beat?
Those fucking hawks are brutal.
Oh,
That
that's
one attack guy.
So
Fantastic.
somebody did it at Hoth on one of the hangar bays. He brought 6 naked hawks and was one hit from beating Vader, Inquisitor, Palpatine.
What?
Just-
How is that? I guess if you
How?
block him that many times.
I think he just managed to get the guy like so complacent that he started
That's
actually doing damage.
The guy literally just melted down. He didn't know what else to do.
He's
I
never
just-
been caught in a situation where he had to look that many naked hawks in the eye.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
From now on, I gotta get like a little fucking silhouette or something of a naked hawk, and like from now on, that's all I'm gonna post on anyone else's list. I bet 24 naked hawks could beat that list.
What would be the perfect pinup for that? Like Hawk Woman or whatever from the comic book?
No, you just gotta get a naked chick on a hawk.
Yeah, naked hawk. There we go. Yeah.
You could cover 2 avenues with that one.
Just paint it flesh color.
Oh yeah. Put some hair down in the jet area.
I'm doing that tomorrow. I am so doing that tomorrow.
A flesh colored hawk. Ah.
Oh my god, that could be like our symbol.
Put Gunter on one of them.
Gunter? No, Gunter doesn't belong anywhere.
Oh.
Put a 3rd fake nipple on it, Zeke says. Oh my goodness. Well, that's all my. That's all I got. Got any shout outs, guys? Well
Yeah,
wishes?
I want to shout out to the OCX crew for last Sunday's tournament that was run on having like an epic jank day, because that was absolutely hilarious.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, it was so funny.
I decided to play Thweek for the first fucking time because apparently that's my thing, is I got to play Thweek. Or ever since I half-assed mentioned that Thweek was going to be amazing and Crates just took it all the way to a new level, I finally got to play Thweek. And what were the lists that day, Kyle? 2 tugboats and 3 Z95s was
4
one.
Z95s.
4 Z95s was one list.
Yep.
All pilot skill 1 or 2s.
With hotshot
Great
blasters.
things to tweak there.
The next list was what was Isaac running? No,
he was
not
running
Isaac.
3 of the TIE Advanced prototypes with cruise missiles, and then he had Vessery.
Yay! And then your list was a bunch of fucking Z95s, Jostro, and Guri.
That's correct.
So, a really good outing for my first weakness. It was bad, but I do gotta say that freaking Star Viper barrel roll is amazing.
Yes, it is.
Holy shit! That's 2 actions in 1 right there.
It's a lot better than it was on that one TIE Interceptor.
Yeah,
Yes. I know, right? Like, he has the same ability, but it's the fucking TIE Interceptor. It just I don't know what
stress for it.
And he takes the stress for it. That's what it was.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah. I tell you what, though, I am falling in love with Captain Jostro. I just love it when it triggers. It's all harpoon missile goes off, something takes damage, he shoots. Dead man switch blows up, everybody takes some damage, he shoots.
So
it's so fun. Oh, I just love being able to shoot. And it's like, what is happening? Well, I just shot you with cluster missile. Cluster missile, set off the harpoon missile. Now the harpoon missile blows up. Now Jostro gets to fire. And your opponent's just literally watching you take like 4 attack turns. And and now I get to fire his actual attack phase. Oh, I just love it.
It sucks so much. But, yeah, Thweek is... He's a trap. He's a fucking trap. He just sounds so good, and you want to play him, and it was. Ugh.
I still
John,
maintain you did it wrong.
I didn't. I had the worst fucking matchups I could have possibly had for that list.
Not really.
Dude, I didn't even get to use the Bump Master. Everything was pilot skill 2 and below. It was terrible.
Maximum disrespect.
It was fucking. It was like they saw my list, like, hey, fuck, let's screw Crawl over and just bring nothing but pilot skill 1 and 2s. I was like, I'm sitting there with my Bump Master going, I know what I need to do with him, but everyone's moved already.
So do you flip the script, Thweek their lowest pilot skill, so you can use Thweek as the Bump Master?
I really did think about doing that, but I didn't want that to be my first Thweek experience. Because that's what the first match I had was nothing but 1s and 2s.
When he was flying against John Style and his 4 Z95s and space tugs, I looked over at the congested board, and that poor contracted scout was like encircled, just completely surrounded. And I was like, well, it looks like your Bump Master became the Bumped Master, because there was no fucking where he could go. It was just bad.
It was Z95s, and my Bump Master had 2 tractor beam tokens on it. I was like, okay, guess he's gone. Oh, it sucked. Yeah, everyone except for me had more than 4 ships, which was amazing. But I want to break in here quick. Yes, that little tournament was fun for everyone but me. Catch, our main man Catch, had the greatest idea in the world. So he says, where is it here? Paint paint a hawk that looks like a dildo and put it on a trophy and have it be the submission of the year award. Now, I don't know about the dildo part, but I might paint up a flesh-colored fucking hawk, and it'll be like the tiniest little, like I'm going to make it look like a trophy, like one of those big trophies, but it's going to be scaled to the X-Wing, so it's just going to be like this big. And I'll mail it to you for the submission of the year.
Nice.
I would have to go right now. The contenders would have to be, right now, Brain Seizure. Harry Rim Job was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And what was one of Ketch's lists?
We had the Crazy Eights.
The Crazy Eights, yeah, the first one. That was pretty good. We'll do that. I will do that.
Brain Seizure has a clear lead, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sync Turret and Han Solo. That's really hard to beat.
Don't forget about the regen. It had Pulse Ray Shield too.
Oh,
Rebel
yeah.
Operative for the win.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Kyle, you did your shout outs for the terrible fucking tournament. Any others that you got in mind?
Negative.
John, Montana.
I got nothing. As per the usual.
As per the usual. Chris.
I got a shout out to my in-laws who evidently watched last week's episode.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Because my wife went bragging that she's internet famous now.
Oh, no.
That's great.
So Christmas is going to be awkward.
Oh, no.
Thanks.
Thanks. Thanks, Gold Squadron. Fuck. Oh, no.
That makes me so happy.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh. I almost want to make you go get Heather right now so I can yell at her, but it wasn't her fault. it was all mine. Oh, God, that's so bad.
I'm going to giggle all week.
He's so famous. She finally gets the in-laws to watch how famous her husband is. And that's what they get to witness.
Oh, I told Kyle to shut his face so many times, and then he yelled at me. He yelled at me.
Yeah, that happened.
But I deserved every minute of it, because God damn it, was that a bad episode?
Every 5 seconds we were getting told to take a timeout. It's like, oh my God. I don't want to take a timeout.
Oh. Invite me to his dinner table. Yeah, invite me over.
No.
That would be great. Oh no, Catch is better. Just have me Skype in. Just wheel this TV at the Thanksgiving. Hey everyone. By the way, Carl wanted to say hi.
Yeah. Give him a bottle of Seagram, have him drink half of it before he calls in.
Oh, that's so bad. Oh, well, that was probably top 10 shout out right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to Christmas and they're gonna be like, "Who is this wedge guy you hate so much?"
And why you hating on the top of the jar, or the jar being softened up by the man so the woman can open it?
Oh God!
Mayonnaise, anyone?
Here, honey, can you open up this mayonnaise? Boy, sure I can.
Okay, so serious question.
First.
So we've got the logo down. We've got that OCX radio logo pretty much nailed down. But on the back of the shirt, I had the idea of putting a bottle cap with like OCX logo and then either like Yub Nub or something on it. But now that you bring up mayonnaise, I kind of want to just put a giant black and white picture of mayonnaise on the back.
Oh my God!
With past the mayonnaise, Derek, perfect.
Should we start the like they have Nuka-Cola for Fallout. Should we start Yub Nub beer?
Yub Nub beer.
Yub Nub beer.
I'm not gonna brew it, but I will.
Yub Nub.
I'm pretty sure Disney will have something to say about it.
Have a free bottle cap.
I don't think mayonnaise will have any problem with us putting X-Wings on their logo.
There you go.
OCX mayonnaise.
We're gonna get sued for libel.
I know, it's so bad.
I still like having it written in reverse on the back side or the inside of the shirt. That way, when we start doing the X-Wing Players Gone Wild, when we talk about, having them lift their shirt up and flashing people, we'll say, "Let's party."
Well, let's finish out the show, and then we'll discuss this for the after-hour show. I do have a shout-out. I want to shout out to one. I want to shout out to Aceograph. Sounds like he's doing a really good job, really hard job. Maybe not hard, but just time-consuming trying to get this thing done. So I want to give him a shout-out. Also, I'm going to give my anti-shout-out. For fuck's sake, stop talking about fucking Legend of the Five Rings, a goddamn X-Wing podcast. Jesus Christ. I'm sick of it. Enough. Farmer and Matthews have their own podcast for that shit. Go take it over there. You know what I haven't done in a while? I'm going to plug my store, OC Games and Comics in Orange City, Iowa. If you guys are in the area, come on down. Check us out. We serve beer. We serve fun. That's about it. Also, I know I was talking about this Midwest Masters thing. It's a little too late for that. I want to butt into regional season and shit like that. So next year we're gonna full blown, because we don't have anything big like that. Like you have the Evergreen Cup and you have Steel Open and you have all this PAX shit. Well, we live in the goddamn Midwest, so we don't have shit. So I'm going to try to hook up with Aaron Bonner, see if we can't rent a venue in Omaha next year, do this thing up right. There might be a charity involved with it. Yeah, so maybe look for that at the beginning. Well, should have it figured out by Worlds. So, ladies and gentlemen, John Montana here to take it away.
All right, guys, if you have any suggestions, please email ocxradio@gmail.com. If you have any list submissions we can make fun of on the air, that is also ocxradio@gmail.com. Thank you all for listening.
Naked Hawks!
Ooh la
Ooh la ooh.
Oh, I was going to do it.
Oh.
Get the God voice and do it.
Nub, nub.
Too hard.
No!
How's that?
I want the crappy reverb version. Oh.
I'm going to have to listen to that and see how bad it was.
It was glorious, Montana.
Oh shit.
Okay, I'm stopping Audacity.
Okay.
I never
Right?
had mine running.
Okay. Thank goodness we do this on YouTube.
I fucking
I'm
hate
just
you,
kidding.
Kyle.
It's totally running. It's
Not-
running.
It's not a funny joke. It's not funny.
It is so funny.
I was going to mention, what do you guys think about doing a town hall next week? Or do you want to do a town hall the week after that? We should do another town hall.
Coach, save
Yes.
your file to your desktop.
I'm
That
doing
way
it.
you
I'm doing
can-
it. I'm doing it right now. It's crazy. Look at this. I'm doing it.
There we go.
Brawl, episode 25. 3 exclamation points. 4, 5. Oh man, I got excited there. Save. It's been a while since we've done the town hall, hasn't it? A couple episodes, 4 or 5,
3.
I'd have to look.
3?
It hasn't. I don't think
Only
it's
been
even been a
3.
month.
It's like 20. It was episode 22. We did the town hall.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay, so let's go episode 27, town hall. What do you think?
Yeah, we can do that. But that's over Thanksgiving. I don't know how many people are going to be.
Oh, it is. No, it's Wednesday.
Yeah, but people are going to be traveling to go to Thanksgiving.
Well, all the more reason for them to burn up their cellular phone plan and watch us on YouTube.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I've been meaning to ask you, Kyle, are you in your boxers?
No, these are my Chicago Bear pajama pants.
Oh, okay. I could have swore you were wearing boxers when you walked by the first time.
Oh, I could have been. I don't know. I'm not wearing boxers right now, so I don't know who you saw in boxers in my basement.
Well, it wasn't Mark. Oh my God!
I have been experiencing a lot of paranormal activity in my household lately, so it wouldn't surprise me if you've seen something.
Like a lot, or like normal amount?
Normal amount.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Normal amount of paranormal activity.
Right. That makes sense. Ooh, we have downloads from South Korea.
No shit.
Yes. Fuck yes.
So exciting.
South Korea for the win, bitch.
I wonder if it's the same person that downloaded Cryodex out there.
Oh God, I hope it is. That would be fantastic. So we should do a Cryodex episode. No, you've done enough of those, haven't you? Or do you want to do one?
I can keep talking about it.
Okay.
I just updated the app with all of the different.
Wait, there's a fucking app?
Yeah, you haven't seen that?
Holy shit!
Good grief, even I have the app, and I've never run a tournament.
Look at this shit. Good. I got my own fucking icon right there, dude. Boop.
The aardvark with the backpack.
Boom.
I've got my Audacity here, and it's not letting me see anything. But I will download that. I didn't know you had an app.
Yep.
Ta-da!
And I think I remember you talking about it. Coach needs a class. I need a class on a lot of stuff, Patrick. Are you saying that I need class? He said needs a class. We need iOS.
I was wondering.
Zika's iOS Cryodex.
Yeah, they can go and write it themselves. Jesus, iOS is awful. I'm not touching it.
We lost Montana.
Oh,
he didn't even say goodbye.
That's that bitch. I'm done recording Audacity. He can't. Coach is his own class. That's right. Coach 102. Because y'all are getting 101 right now.
In case anybody's excited for some holiday board games,
No.
FFG is having a giant sale on their site.
Yep, I'm totally gonna go get Battlelore right now because that's been on.
The only like 1 or 2 decent games on their clearance list are sold out already. but oh man, you can get a copy of Seafall for $20.
Oh,
Seafall was so bad.
You know, there's and one thing I didn't want to bring up a podcast because it's bitching about too much shit, and we do a lot of bitching anyway. But there's a lot of guys, and I fell in the same camp. I was like, it's not FFG's fault. It's corporate. It's corporate. It's corporate, right? It's OP is understaffed and stuff like that. I was like, I understand that. But at one point, either A, you have to pick your game up and fucking do a better job, or B, you have to fucking just go, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I mean, everyone says they get paid shit anyway, right? like, I understand. I would rather get paid shit and work for a game company than get paid a ton of money and work for a job I fucking hate. But, you know, it's your name on your product. You might want to take a little, maybe not pride is the word, but are they really getting paid as shitty as we think they are? Are they really understaffed as we think they are? Or are they just like not up to the task? I don't know.
Well, for like their OP crew, they've got what like I'm just gonna gamble and say like 8 to 10 people on their.
Okay, hold on. Time out. Before you start talking, to save your anonymity, should we stop broadcasting?
And I'm not going to say anything that's not public knowledge by just going to one of their events and looking at people.
All right. So, see, this is what our non-paying Patreons get. the in-between commercial and the after show. So,
yeah, so they've got like what seems to be like 8 to 10 people, running all those big events, and they have to run every single game they have that does tournaments, and they have to pump out alternate arts for all of those things, acrylic tokens for all of those things, and sure, X-Wing is their biggest seller, and they should be pumping that harder, but they're also wanting to put a lot of emphasis on their new games to show, hey, we got fancy cool things you can win for these, come out and make this a big game. So and they've got to sit there and pump out those things for every single game. And
right.
I've even had these conversations with like the creators saying, I would like more interaction with like Frank to be able to ask him questions and stuff, and they just don't have the time because they're making new games. And it's like, it completely makes sense. I can't expect them to dedicate a huge amount of time to sit there and build FAQs for the rest of their lives. They got to sit there and pump out things that are actually making dollars. So,
right. But what I'm saying is, they don't. I mean, in order to put a tournament or a Q4 kit together, that's got to take all of what? 1 day of decisions, maybe a couple of weeks, months for the production guys to get in line. But it's like, okay, we're going to do this pilot, we're going to do this pilot, we're going to do this token, and we're going to do this. Okay, they've got a stream of people who are already doing it. They have their vendors that do this for them. They don't do it in house.
Well, right, and they got to go out and get artwork.
Well, that's fine. They have artists
figured out. They've got to get that artwork approved by LFG. They got to.
That's fine. That's 2 phone calls. 2 phone calls. 2 phone calls. They got to pick. They got to pick the pilot, pick the artist, call FL, get it, and it's done.
Hey, have you ever tried to make a decision in a corporate environment?
I do every day. Well, I'm a 4-man corporation, so
right. It's like,
it helps when I'm at the top. So
it's like, I work for a Fortune 500 company. We move just so ungodly slow. Like, any little decision I want to make is insane.
But you can't tell me that coming up with a token, 2 alt art cards, and something else for a Q4 kit could take that long. Now, the tournaments, I'll give you credit on. The tournaments have to be like, that's raw. That's going to be a majority of their time. And yes, I understand they're dealing with, let's see, Destiny, X-Wing, Armada. Fuck Armada, jeez. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 Star Wars, and there's 5 non-Star Wars games that are competitive. So they got a total of 11 games.
Ish, yeah.
Ish. So that's 1 guy almost per game. If you get paid $50,000, there's no reason why this shouldn't. For me, anyway, I don't know what. I'm not in the game.
I'm surprised that they're hitting 50. I'd guess 50, like 35, 40, maybe.
Still, you're working at a game company and you approve fucking alt art card. I mean, I know I'm coming off as a huge ass and like not giving FFG their fucking due, but It ain't that fucking hard of a job to do, guys. I'm sorry, it can't be that hard of a job. You're supposed to have the software set in. Now there's softwares where it's fucking them up, but you're supposed to have the software set up in place where it's supposed to run all their games, right?
Right, but they got that built by a third party because they didn't want to,
Exactly. They didn't want to dole out the cash, and that's where it starts going up the corporate router. It's like, you're not giving us any money. Well, now I'm starting to wonder, where is that money going? Where FFG's making a lot of money. They're making a good fucking bit of money. If they're not filtering that down, what are they doing with it?
Well, paying for new IPs, seems like.
Yeah, they're picking up a new fucking IP almost like every week. But what? I mean, I'm sorry. How many copies of fucking Fury of Dracula do they actually sell compared to how many fucking Kamigilas they're going to sell in the next? I mean, come on. You guys, Chris Peterson's got to get his fucking priorities straight and figure out what's making him money and what's not making him money. Your rando fucking board games are not making you money, dude. They're just not. Not as much as going full board.
Pumping a crazy amount of money into like something like Destiny was brilliant, because I'm sure they just made a crap ton on the release of that.
They did not pump a lot of money into Destiny. They did not.
You don't think so?
No, dude.
Okay.
I couldn't get Destiny for fucking 6 months. Not 6 months. Jesus Christ. Because I missed out on the fucking pre-orders, right? I couldn't get Destiny forever because they didn't realize what they had. If they pumped a lot of money into it, they would have had stock just going out the fucking door.
That makes sense.
With Destiny, it was a weird thing where it was like no hype, no interest. Gen Con hit. There was no interest. But then all of a sudden they released like a little video and some cards, and then it spiked. Well, by the time it spiked, they already put their fucking order into China, and they couldn't do anything about it. They couldn't up it. And so what they did was they got their boxes, and there's a huge supply, and there's a huge demand, but there's a little supply. And that's why you were seeing boxes of the first set of Destiny going for like, I think it was like $300 a fucking box or something like that. It was ridiculous. But no, they got to get. I don't know. It's odd why they're not. I thought this merger with Asmodee was going to be a good thing, but I don't think it's a good thing. I think it's going the opposite direction. I think it's thinning out the production line a little too much to not focus on what's actually making them money.
Yeah, so somebody mentioned in one of the other podcasts that they haven't really decided if they want to be a miniatures company or a board game company, because they've been a board game company for so long,
forever.
Yeah, and they're suddenly seeing this success with organized play so much that they have to have 2 worlds, and all of these system opens that were selling out incredibly fast. As soon as they pop up, and they're not even running those. They've doled them out to Cascade.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Oh, and Cascade is doing just a baller job. Like they did a great job last year.
Why wouldn't they hand off everything to Cascade?
Well, they're all the system opens they hand off all the regionals to freaking local stores. All that they're doing is Gen Con and Worlds. That's all they've got anymore.
So how hard of a job can that be? I mean, fuck. You got 2 goddamn tournaments you got to worry about every year.
Well, they go to a lot of other things, like not necessarily for organized play, but setting up demo booths and whatnot. But I don't know if that's the same group. That's all under like Matt Holland. I don't know how much crossover there is there.
Well, Kyle, for being as drunk as I was last week, I think I made a pretty good choice on our inaugural member of OCX Radio. Don't you think?
Oh, yeah. hats off to having an episode that didn't sound like Flying Under the Influence 3.
Oh my God! You just made it sound like a bad fucking Halloween movie or something. And it was Halloween. Oh
And
my
it was
God.
Halloween. That was Flying Under the Influence 2. Yeah, just not titled that.
Return of the Whiskey. Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. Your wife was like, "I'm internet famous," and then they showed up that, and they're like, "Oh wow."
Yeah, evidently they Googled me, which and found the podcast, which is hilarious enough because they Googled Chris Brown and found this. It's like, what was that on like page 20 of the Google search? Or
Oh, see, that's the genius part about apparently me just calling myself coach all the time is that you can search Aaron Kroll and not see a single OCX radio fucking YouTube video.
there you go.
That's intentional, so my wife doesn't watch, but it's not like she would get what we're talking about anyway. But yeah, there's a couple of episodes like, yeah, I don't know if you ever listened to our first couple of episodes, but what was that? Flying Under the Influence was like what, episode 5?
7, I think.
The problem is that I would have golf league on Wednesday nights. And so you get off work at 3:30 and you go play a round of golf. So there's at least a 6-pack of beer and a shot. And then you get done and then you have a couple of drinks and then maybe you go out for another round of golf for after golf. That's like another 6-pack and 2 shots. And then I was like, okay, let's go podcast. and then you make another 2 drinks during podcast. Oh my God. Flying Under the Influence was the episode Who Gives a Fuck. That's what it was. And that hasn't really come out until Halloween. I don't know what the fuck crawled up my ass on Halloween, but probably because I downed a 6-pack of beer while handing out candy. And then that first drink I poured that night, that was a bad idea.
Yeah, me and my dad were drinking while my mother and my wife took out the kids out to do trick or treating, and me and him like killed off half a bottle of like ridiculously expensive whiskey. but
Wow.
it was good. It was of course.
Well, you held off a lot better than I did.
And I had a night like you did. We were down for the 2017 Indiana Regionals, Crossroad Classics. And
I think I've heard about this one.
Me and Luke killed a bottle of Jameson like after the main event because we knew we weren't playing in the cut, so we just demolished a bottle of Jameson between the two of us. And I showed up to the tournament the next morning for the little side event, and I was just huddled in a corner with a box of Frosted Flakes, just trying to nurse myself back to health. And fucking Zach Matthews gets put at the table next to me, and it's like, shut the fuck up.
Oh God, that had to be terrible. No, Patrick, I did not hand out 6-packs to kids during Halloween. I do. If you ever come to my house during Halloween, though, I do have a little stash of those little Seagram 7 bottles.
Nice.
And if your parents out with your kids, I usually hand one out to the parents. Next year, they all ask me, is like, okay, because I moved into a new house, and on this house, we live in a cul-de-sac, and it's like the cul-de-sac for Halloween. And the guys at the end of the cul-de-sac give nothing but full-size candy bars, so it's just a constant stream of fucking cars coming in. And everybody knows that I moved into the neighborhood, so like, you realize next year we're pulling up, we're dropping our kids off, they're going to go around the cul-de-sac and we're going to drink your booze. I'm like, okay. I can handle that. Trick or drink, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
All right, boys. I think that was a good episode.
Solid.
Not one mention of L5R, except for the fact that we're not going to mention L5R. So I'm pretty happy.
No, the only time you mention it is when you chewed Ace's butt for having it on there.
Yeah. But
that made me kind of wanna, like, when I was listening to, what was it, the Crate Cast, like all their podcasts are like half X-Wing, half L5R, and
this last one wasn't even X-Wing. It was half Crate Cup, half L5R. Like, come on, guys.
Well, but before it was L5R, it was half X-Wing, half Warcraft, or half X-Wing, half whatever other game they're discussing.
Pokemon or whatever the fuck was going on.
Yeah, I remember the Pokemon.
Oh, well. Guys, I'm going to go play a game of beer pong, and I'll see you guys next week.
All right.
I'll see you, Kyle, tomorrow, probably. So,
and go download the app.
Yep.
I will download. I've actually got it up right now, downloading. But
make sure you upload your file into the Dropbox.
Yeah, so you'll have to send me that link. But like last time, I just threw it up on my Google Documents directory and shared it.
Yeah, we'll get Montana to send you the whole thing. But
okay,
guys on chat, just letting you know, not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after that, Town Hall. So if you want to be on, message me on Facebook. So, good night.
Night.
bye.